A few years ago, my boss went on a holiday for a couple of weeks to Spain. Midway through the holiday, he got a phone call from the police informing him that his sister had passed away in a fire in her flat. So he rushes back home early, deals with the police and the passing and everything. My employers told him to take time off to grieve, which he dully did. When he came back to work on a Monday morning a few weeks later, we invited him into our coffee room to talk and offer him our sympathy and support. About half an hour later, he excuses himself to start work, sits down at his desk, turns on his computer, and checks to see if there are any unanswered phone messages. And the very first message that plays in his sister screaming down the phone, "Help me! Help me! I'm trapped, I can breathe!" Still sends chill down my spine to think about it. My grandfather told me this story about how one time he was sitting in a chair in front of the house when he heard his wife repeatedly calling him from inside the house. Thing is, my grandmother passed away a few years before that, but he told me that voice was so pressing that he got up to look inside the house, and as soon as he got inside, he heard a loud crash behind him, and turned around to see that chair has been sitting in moments ago had been crushed by the cast iron gutter that fell on it. If he didn't come inside the house, he would have probably been seriously injured. Every time I think about it, it sends chills down my spine. The ambulance company that I used to work for had a haunted ambulance, Rig 12. My partner and I were working in a rural company at 3 a.m. and it was pitch dark and completely quiet. We were both dozing. I was in the driver's seat and she was in the passenger seat. I woke up to a muffled voice, but I thought my partner was talking. I told her I was trying to sleep and closed my eyes. I distinctly heard a male voice say, "Oh my God, am I dying?" followed by a few seconds of heavy breathing. My partner and I sat up straight and looked back into the patient compartment where it sounded like the voice had come from. Things were quiet for a couple of seconds. Then we heard the click of an oxygen bottle, regulator and a hiss, as if it was leaking. I turned on the lights and we ran off the rig. I thought a transient might have climbed in while we were asleep, so we opened the rear doors. No one was there. I checked the oxygen bottles. Neither was opened. We didn't sleep much after that.